Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to yet another high-grade Iron-Blooded Orphans review, and today I'm taking a look at this awesome-looking mobile suit right here, Gundam Vidar. If you haven't seen the unboxing yet, then head on over to that video if you're so inclined, but for now, let's check this out. This right here is what this kit looks like out of the box and snapped together with minimal effort, and it looks fantastic. So far, the Gundams in this series are incredibly varied when it comes to look and color palette, so there really is something for everyone here. And if you're like me and you like your mobile suits dark and wicked, then the Vidar is for you. Gundam Vidar, piloted by Vidar, who am I kidding? It's absolutely obvious who he is. But anyway, this mobile suit is developed from the Chimaris Trooper, which was developed originally from the Chimaris. But this fact you could hardly tell, as the overall look has changed significantly. What we're left with is a darker, more threatening, more lightweight looking mobile suit than what we had previously seen. And I have to say, this right here looks amazing. So here is what the kit will look like right out of the box, just snapped together with minimal panel lining. And of course, this mobile suit's most striking feature has to be the color scheme. The colors here look great, but you definitely have to panel line it to break up all that blue. What I went with here was just a black Gundam marker, and I think it looks pretty cool. Besides that though, as you probably already know, this thing has a whole load of stickers, way too many. We've got black ones there on the shoulders, all over the front and sides of the arms. These black ones here for the armor on the sides are probably the worst looking, and pretty hard to apply. These off-white ones on the side skirts and the backpack, a grey one for up here on the V-fin, red on the front skirting armor as well as here on the backpack, and of course we've got the standard foil ones there for the eyes. All in all, what can I say, aesthetically I think this thing looks fantastic. And for me, it's definitely way up there with the Lupus when it comes to Gundam designs in this series. I think it looks cool, really cool. So here's the Gundam Vidar with everything that it comes with. What we've got in here is the Burst Saber, the Vidar's main and only close combat weapon, the blade of which can be disconnected and the spare blades are stored in the side skirt containers. Which sounds a little bit familiar. Initially, these can't really be taken out, as you can see here in the instructions, they're all attached to each other. But if you do cut them all apart, which is a really simple modification, it's really worth it. So then you can insert and remove them from that container, and this works absolutely perfectly. The only thing is they may fall out if it's upside down, but besides that, this is a little modification that I would really recommend. As well as the Burst Saber, we've also got the rifle, this time resembling more of a classic rifle than what we've seen recently in some IBO kits. Its build is pretty basic, just 2 parts, and it features a pink foil seal for the lens on the sight. Lastly, we have a pair of handguns, which is a kind of rare style of weapon for a mobile suit. For me, it really conjures forth images of the Strike Noir and Gundam Dynamis. Like I said in the unboxing, I absolutely love this kind of idea for a weapon, but here they look a little bit on the flat side. From the sides they look fine, from dead on, a little bit strange. As well as that, I've got one additional minor complaint. These are meant to be stored down his knickers like a gangsta, but they're not. Those parts you see right there are fixed to the side skirt armor. So even when he's holding them, they're still in there, which looks a little bit silly. They could have made them attachable, so this is a little bit of a disappointment. As well as that though, we've also got an additional set of manipulators at a slightly extended angle. So now moving on to the articulation, and I'm just going to take a look at the important aspects here. So for one, I will mention that the shoulder armor likes to pop off quite often and likes to clash with this back here. These are also quite weak, so they pop off a lot too. These are probably the worst joint on the whole thing. It's just a ball and these. As you can see there, the rear section isn't that awesome looking either. It looks very much like Bandai cut some corners on that aspect. But besides the shoulders constantly knocking these off and falling off themselves, kind of clashing a lot, there isn't really much to complain about here. It's pretty good. It's what you've seen before. There's the arms, the head goes around all you'd want. The waist is what you've seen before. Same with the side skirts, they're pretty much what you've seen on Lupus. As for the legs, you might be worried about those big thrusters. Do they get in the way of the bend? Let's move that out of the way and have a look. And there is that whole bend back of the leg. So as you can see, it doesn't really get in the way too much. Not the greatest, but definitely not the worst. One more time. There it is, straight, and there is the bend. Pretty good. It bends at 2 points, so it keeps the thruster away from the leg, so that doesn't really clash there, so that's cool. Again, that back skirt doesn't move like before, and you might be interested in checking out the Hunter's Edge in the feet. So this one comes out like that, so that is the first blade, and the one on the heel, that one comes out like that. So as you'd expect, This toe can't bend down so much because of this, so that's all the downwards movement you're going to get with the toe. The rest is pretty much the same with that massive pivot right there. But all in all, the articulation on here is pretty sound. It's that same awesome level of articulation you'd expect from an Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. It's pretty cool. So that is it for the review. I'm going to mention the negative aspects first off because basically I love this kit, so I'm going to get them out of the way first. Essentially, the worst aspects have to be the stickers, of course. There's so many of those, they're awkward to apply, but at the end of the day, they are the dark colors, so they're not so obvious. But besides that, the backpack isn't the greatest. Compared to the rest of the kit, the backpack lets it down. Bandai seem to have cut some corners on the undersides of those plate parts, so it looks a little nasty under there, and they like to fall off a lot because they're on this weak kind of ball joint. They like to clash with the shoulders, and that's a bit irritating. But besides that backpack, everything else about this kit is that same fantastic level of awesomeness that you'd expect from an Iron-Blooded Orphans kit. Out of all the variants of Kimahri so far, the Vidar is by far, and I mean by far, my favorite. It is shot into my top 3 Iron-Blooded Orphans high-grade Gundams, and in order that would be Lupus, the Vidar, and then Full City. So this is an absolutely fantastic kit. I love the colors, I love the design, everything about it is awesome except again that backpack. The accessories are cool, I love the burst saber, and I love the fact they can mod the blades in the side skirting armor to be removable. That's pretty cool too. But anyway, do I recommend this kit? Absolutely, absolutely, it is awesome. If you think it looks cool, if you like the Vidar, then go for it. Definitely go for it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews. See you next time.